I'm going to go ahead and, okay, fabulous. Well, everyone, welcome. We are so blessed and honored to be with you today, and we just are so grateful that you decided to be with us. And as many of you are connected to Pastor Mike Popovich, he helped Renelle and I connect with one another, and we just honor him with this business and what we're doing today. He's been so great to help us and coach us. And so the meeting today, what we're going to do is teach you a little technique for how to efficiently and easily switch from living like you're driving with the brakes on into living from flow and feeling the flow in your life. And so we're going to teach you about that first, and then we're going to go into kind of the structure of our business and how we operate, and some pretty cool offers we have for you at the end. So Renelle and I got connected pretty divinely. It was pretty interesting how we came together. I had been visualizing myself successful in business, landing in Europe. And every time I pictured that, I just got the image of Germany in my mind. And Mike emailed me not 2 weeks later and said, "Hey, there's somebody who would like to connect with you and I. Her name is Renelle Wanzer, and she's out of Germany, and she wants to talk to you about business." And so the techniques that we're teaching here work, and that's kind of the birth of this business. And we have the same vision, and she and I are so aligned on so many things. It's just quite incredible how much of a divine appointment this is. So thank you for being with us today. So this masterclass number 1 is how to naturally attract success in every area of your life. We're calling this our Founders Masterclass, as you are the first group of people we're talking to. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about what that means later on. So let's jump right into the session.
Yes, guys, nice to meet all of you. And as Ashley said, it's just really wonderful how we met. And I remember my part of the story was looking at one of Joe Dispenza's books, and at the back it said, "Oh, you can join being a coach for him in join teams." And I just felt like in my heart that I wasn't supposed to do that. That I was supposed to create a school or a platform for like-minded people. And I didn't really know where to start, but then I started thinking, but why do I know Mike? There must be a reason why I know Mike. And his name kept on coming back up, and I eventually contacted him, and he was so excited, and he put me in touch with Ashley. And that was just amazing how the frequency and how my desire created this meeting between us. And this is where we are today. So what we're going to start with is, what does it feel like if you're walking through mud? Now, most of us know this feeling that, when you're really striving to do things that should actually, the way we really are made is to ease into things, to do things effortlessly. And no matter what your dreams are or what your desire is, in any form, it doesn't matter if you go to work or you're at home, or you're at a college or you're studying, everything is supposed to come from ease. And as you know, signs that you're not living in the flow of life is things like everything you do is effort. It feels like you're actually things are working against you. Or maybe you blame the enemy. It's always easier to blame something outside because of what your striving is. You feel unfulfilled, and every task is a chore to complete. Now, we all know this feeling. You're tired, you don't have energy, everything is that you're desiring a certain outcome, but it just seems so hard. You're not sure which direction to move or what decisions to make, and you're constantly looking for confirmation outside of yourself for decision making. So you're not sure and rested in yourself, and you keep on seeking people's opinion, or, there's nothing wrong with speaking to people about something that you're desiring to do, but then you feel the pull towards actually needing them to help you or make decisions for you. You engage in frequent shoulding on yourself. I should be better. I should do more. I should be able to hear God better. So it's a constant turning and pointing a finger at yourself. And everything is just so strenuous. And I'm sure every one of you that is sitting here knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we all know that feeling. And I know that we all know the feeling of being in the zone. And so compare this feeling of contraction and resistance to feeling what it's like when you're in the zone. We all have those days where we just get things done and things seem to go really well. And that's you operating from spirit. And so what if we told you that you're doing won't come from must any longer? You won't be shoulding on yourself any longer. You won't be telling yourself, I must do this, I must do that. So you're feeling anxious all the time. And again, just feeling like you're driving with the brakes on. So the good news is that these pain points that we experience in areas of our life where we're feeling contracted or we're frustrated, these pain points are presenting themselves because they're ready to be released. And so I know that all of us on this journey, sometimes it's easy to get really frustrated about experiencing something that is not exactly what we want to see. And you think to yourself, well, I shouldn't be having this problem. I should be, living in perfection. No, it's okay. It means it's ready to go when it's coming up. And so be grateful for those opportunities, because when you release on it, it's such an amazing high, and you have the ability to really move directly into right action about what your goal needs to come to fruition. So it's possible for your body to be in extreme action, and yet your mind can be totally at rest as you move through your activities. So versus being in extreme action and feeling resistance, you can be in extreme action and feel totally at rest. Again, that's the in the zone that we're talking about. And what's more, the activities you do are going to be the exact right action to be taken because they're being motivated from spirit, and the environment of flow versus strife and work. So again, your doing is not coming from must at this point. And you'll live in a state of what Hale Dwoskin and of the Sedona method calls hootlessness, where you just don't give a hoot. It just simply means you're not emotionally charged in a negative way about the outcome of your desire. And as Joe Dispenza talks about, once we visualize our goal, we just need to let it go and let God and spirit bring that thing to us in the way that it wants to be brought. And don't be so connected to how it happens, and don't be so connected to the actual outcome itself.
Now moving into spirit. Now, what we're going to do now is just take a moment and actually, in a practical sense, feels what it's like, what we are talking about. So if you just close your eyes, if you just take a deep breath and relax, and simply allow yourself to be present with this moment. Just for now. And let go of every worry you've been carrying just for now in this moment. Anything that seems stressing you, sometimes feel your body is stressed. You don't even need to know why the worry is there or why you're concerned. Sometimes you just feel irritable because of something you're not even sure why it's there. And you can feel your body is contracting because of the negative emotions that are there. So just for this moment, just let it be. Simply allow these feelings to be here. So if you're feeling, okay, I'm sensing that there's worry or concern, just don't resist them anymore. Just allow them to be. Next, welcome the feeling you have about wanting to do something with or about the feeling you're having. Welcome that feeling. If you could, I would just say that again, because your eyes are closed. Welcome the feeling you have about wanting to do something with or about the feeling you're having. Feeling of control, change, etc. Next, welcome any sense that these feelings are about you and who you are. Just welcome it. That just remove this removes the personal hook from you and allows you to let go more easily. By welcoming the feeling that the situation is about you, you release these emotions. So lastly, welcome the field of possibilities in which all things appear. Allow yourself to feel hopeful and grateful for the wonderful things that exist in possibility. What this is allowing you to do is just becoming more aware. So just be with this feeling for a moment. So once you've gone through this, obviously we're going through it now, and afterwards you can go through this again and just become aware of accepting and welcoming whatever you're feeling. Before you probably would have resisted it. Now you're actually welcoming it. And
Beautiful. Thanks, Renelle. So now we're going to move into the letting go of wanting. And some of these techniques we're teaching here are gleaned from Hale Dwoskin and the Sedona method, as well as Joe Dispenza and others that we've kind of compiled together here for you. And so the first thing we hear sometimes is what do you mean? Let go of wanting? You can't be serious. This is something that's very important to me. And so we're not suggesting that you let go of your heart's desires. That would be silly, right? We are designed to visualize and bring about the desires of our life. What we're saying is that a state of want can often be associated with a state of lack. So I liken it to a feeling of wanting purgatory. You're just trapped in lust for what you desire. And it's almost as if the wanting of the goal becomes the actual goal versus the having of the goal. We get up and we do our meditation, and we're so focused on the wanting of the goal that we get trapped there. And a lot of negative energy builds up around that locked energy and kind of keeps us stuck. So we're going to show you here how to release on the wanting or state of lack. You can kind of equal wanting and state of lack to each other. So we're going to let you lead you on how to release on that, and so you can more efficiently move into the having of the goal through operating in flow. So again, we're not suggesting you let go of your desires. We're just helping you get out of wanting purgatory so your heart's desire can manifest here and now, and that energy can just not be locked and flow freely.
so the basic ones, before we going and letting go of wanting, we just want to make you aware of the 5 basic ones. In life, we have these 5. The one for approval. Now, you all know in a relationship situation, your husband might do something and you would keep on responding because you were needing and wanting approval. The one for control. We know when kids do something, and us as moms especially, we would love to control kids' outcome or the way they work at school. Everything is about control. Want for security, want for separation or independence, want for oneness. Now, all these 5 basic ones are most of the ones that make up our desires and decisions. Often the state of wanting or lack for these basic life wants bring on layers of negative emotions or locked energy surrounding our goals and desires. Now, you probably all are relating to what I'm saying. You all agree that if you think of your lives for just a moment, you have seen this happen in your life. You've seen your want for approval in circumstances. You've seen your want for control, your want for security, your want for separation and independence, and even your want for oneness. So let's just do this. Ashley's going to take us in and do a letting go of the wanting.
So I'm going to have you guys close your eyes again. And now that we've kind of done some releasing on our emotions, take a moment and just bring to mind the number one goal you have right now. What is your heart's deepest desire right here in this moment? Bring that to the forefront of your mind. And I want you to just take a moment and visualize in vivid detail what it would look like if that were real right here, right now. And the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between something that's real and something that's vividly imagined. And so our imagination is the creative ability within us. It is the substance of creation. So imagine that outcome. What are you feeling when that outcome happens? Combine your visualization with the emotion, as we've learned about. Who's the first person you're going to call? What are you wearing that day? Is it warm outside? Get as descriptive as you possibly can. And now identify the first action step that comes to your mind that you could do today that would bring you closer to your goal. And see if that action step stirs up any wanting approval, control, security, separation, or oneness. And just for now, could you let go of or release the feeling of the want or lack for these basic wants? Just release that feeling of lack. Again, we're just releasing negative energy around the visualization of our goal. That's what we're doing here. So let's do it one more time. Picture your goal vividly in your mind, the ideal outcome in your mind right now. Maybe you're driving a new car, and what does the steering wheel feel like underneath your hands? Is it a smooth leather steering wheel? You have a cool sunroof and it's open and you've got music playing. How do you feel? Now bring to mind the first action step that comes to your mind. And keep in mind, this action step could be totally ridiculous. Don't judge whatever comes to your mind. And see if that action step stirs up any wanting approval, control, security, separation, or oneness. And if the answer is it stirs up all of them, that's okay. Just pick one of them to release on. Don't worry about that. So just for now, could you let go of the feeling of lack that you have for this? Feel free to release on that process a couple of times until you're feeling a little more light about your goal. Once you move into a state of feeling a little courageousness and acceptance and peace about that goal, you can continue to visualize it. And so what we like to do is combine the visualization, which is that creative ability, with the unlocking of negative energy, so that flow can just continue to be completely here and flow freely. So what this does to you is if any right action is needed, it's going to arise within you spontaneously. You're going to feel inspired to act. And so we were told a story about someone who was getting a fence project done. And the fencing contractor just stopped showing up before he was finished. And the person called and called, trying to get this fencing contractor back on the phone to get him back out to see if he could get it done. And he just wasn't answering. It's like he dropped off the face of the earth. And he did this process of letting go. He let go of all this and all of his wanting to control and his wanting security. He was worried that the contractor was going to leave and take his money. He let go of all of it. And then sometime later, he got an idea in his mind that said, text the contractor now. And so he texted him right now, and the contractor responded immediately and said, oh, I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I'll be back tomorrow to get the fencing project done. So that's what we're talking about here is once we release around it, if any right action is needed, it's going to come up within you. You're going to know. And if an action step that you're thinking about taking is not the right action step, by releasing on it, you'll be able to just let it go and you'll know that it's not the right thing. And so another thing you can do is as you're taking the action, release on any feelings you're having about it. So if you're doing the action and you're feeling nervous about it, Just use the welcoming technique that we taught before. And you can do that before, during, and after the action, just so you aren't clinging to the outcome and feeling contracted about the action itself. Because again, we're going to see our vision, and it's important that we allow things to come about in the way that they need to come about. We need to stop controlling the how that it happens. And so this release technique can free you up from being so contracted around those outcomes.
Yes, thank you so much, Ashley. That was excellent. So this is basically the start of your transition to freedom. And I mean, Ashley and I have experienced so much of this, and we practice it every single day. And it's very true what she says. You know, when you feel contracted about making any decisions, we always let go and see what happens. And if there's any feeling left that is not peace and rest, we just don't do anything. We just wait for whatever impulse we get. So now to why we started Quantum U. Oh no, we're back to just explaining the awakening to oneness, the phases. And I'm sure a lot of you will relate to these phases. First of all, the first phase is living from a belief that external perceiving with the mind and the body is the only truth. Now that is where we most, or all of us basically start. Then we moved on to phase 2, awaken to the nature that you are a spiritual being living in a universe that is both physical and spiritual. Then we move on to the next phase, practical application into your daily life. The limitations of the mind fall away, and you begin to develop practical and unique ways to bring about the desires of your heart using the intention of your visualization and emotions. And then phase 4, you no longer rely on your self-effort to bring about change in your life. You're tapped into the ever-present, effortless flow that is always right here, right now. And that is everybody's desire for every one of us on the call, and all of us to basically walk in effortless flow. Back to you, Ashley.
Yeah. So why did we start Quantum U? You know, Renelle and I have both studied many, many teachers, and we've both been on our own independent journey. But previously in both of our lives, we saw that the belief that we don't have any control over things in life created a situation where we felt like we were driving with the brakes on. Again, you know what that feels like. And some of you even may have specific areas of your life where you feel this. Sometimes you feel flow in maybe finances, but maybe you feel like you're driving with the brakes on in relationships. And so, as many of us were taught growing up, a lot of us were told to be realistic and just accept what we couldn't change. Maybe you had a vision of being a professional athlete or a world-class musician or something phenomenal. You know, I think that spirit in us wants to express its true nature, which is just greatness and unlimitedness. But when we're told to be realistic, what happens is it leads to beliefs like you can't change anything, the market dictates how well I do, this or that job is the only way I can be happy. You need to have studied well to be successful. You need to be under the age of 50 to start a business, and certain diets and creams help you stay youthful. All of those beliefs are layers of limitation, and they keep us locked in circumstances that we don't really want. And so, growing up, and this isn't just Renelle and I know this is everybody, we learned that, quote, miracles were only for chosen few. And maybe those people who are in the right place at the right time. And it just feels frustrating. You know that feeling of helplessness, which none of us are helpless, right? We are infinite possibility. We are limitless. But when you're contracted under those beliefs, you feel helpless and very frustrated. And so the question we asked was what if I did actually have a say in what happens in my life? And what if it's way more simple than what I've been taught? What we're teaching here with Quantum U is not anything you have to go become. You don't need to go be something, go do something, go achieve something. We're actually just going to help you come back to the truth of who you were created to be. There is nothing more natural to you than this process. And we're simply going to help you uncover it. uncover those layers of blocked energy in certain areas of your life so you can just express the natural state of limitlessness that you are.
Yeah, thanks, Ashley. This everything that Ashley was just sharing with you began a profound spiritual journey for each one of us in a unique way. We have each studied the most sought after teachers around the world in the fields of quantum physics, neurobiology, psychology, and great teachers featured in books such as Greatest Secret, Sedona Method, and many others. I mean, we've done it all, haven't we? We've learned and learned and learned, and in the process applied, and that is absolutely amazing. So we began implementing the things we learned with a dramatic and life-changing results. No matter what came our way in business, relationships, or just the general challenges of life, we noticed that we were able to excel and enjoy the fruits of effortlessness. And this is really true. I mean, if we start speaking about what was possible, it is just, we can speak for hours, but we'll go more into that in the courses. We began living from rest in every area of our lives, and the things we desired started appearing with no struggle or strife. I mean, we really can write a book. One of the things maybe I should just mention, in the when we went into COVID, my husband and I have a business, and every business and every bit of it went down to 10%. And I had a choice. What was I going to believe something is? You know, you have incredible overheads. There's just no natural way you can get out of it because the business all halted. Our clients didn't take on their orders anymore. And we have an aluminium business that was just huge. And so the question would come up, you know, fear, what do I choose? And I would always just release and just imagine the possibilities, because either I was going to believe there are possibilities or I was going to just get into a complete state. And I chose to do what we do here. And everything, I didn't ask how, I just released that. And what happened was, miraculously, the people that work for us just started finding ways to bring income in. And we actually made such a profit that I won't go into detail, but it carried us through until we started, booming in business again. But I just had to share that because it's such a personal story, and I know Ashley has got many more. So yes, I just wanted to kind of hop in and say that.
Great. So I think what's cool is that once strife used to be so familiar to us, we just used to, people say things like, got to go through the daily grind. But once we started going through these things and making this more innate to us, strife became foreign and effortlessness took the driver's seat. We realized miracles, and I actually don't like that word anymore, because it puts in an idea of separation. It puts in an idea that this is impossible. We realized miracles became just normal, right? And again, we're talking about something that is incredibly natural to who you are. So this should be a normal part of everyday life because it's who you are, and it feels so natural to your person. What we previously thought was mystical actually became natural. So after coaching numerous clients and seeing their lives flourish in abundance, we started Quantum You because we wanted to take this message and expand it. And Renelle and I wanted to partner in doing that. So in a wonderful, effortless way, we both desired to create this platform where we could bring more people into the awareness of their divine nature and ability to create the life they've always imagined. But what we wanted to do that was different was have a community setting where we could all talk and discuss together and grow together and learn as we all grow. And we had this vision when we first started talking with one another about what we wanted this to be. We are all created with this ability and we are all one, but we all have a very unique way that we express this. We all have a very unique way that we create, and it's actually profoundly beautiful. And so the vision we have in our minds is just this tapestry of unique gifting of everybody that we're talking to in our community setting. expressing their divine ability in their own unique way. And I can see the vision of it, and it's just stunning. So again, we're simply just the ones pointing to the truth of your being so that you can awaken to the catalyst and be the catalyst in your environment. We're here to bring you to a place of solid foundation. And our heartfelt goal is to see the world transformed. As we all educate each other and grow together, we want you to impact your communities and so on and so forth, and just spread love across the world.
Thank you for that. That is so true. So what are we going to learn? You learn that, okay, where are we? You will learn a number of different tools to bring you into an awareness of your divine nature as a creator of your own destiny that will completely transform your life effortlessly. You will see that seeming challenges you used to face appear smaller and easier to navigate. That is definite. It changes the way you look at everything, and it's not trying so hard to be like that. Your state of being changes. You'll benefit from an online community where you love life, share your success stories, and grow with others who are like-minded. We've noticed this in the groups we coached. It always makes a difference. People grow incredibly in a community settings. In the community, we'll have our support of 2 live question and answers, Q&A sessions per month, with Ashley and I being there. By sharing your challenges and discussing solutions in a community settings, you will help others learn and grow. So we're going to be with you on these Q&As, and we're going to have an amazing time. As you participate in the courses, interact with the online community, and apply the techniques taught by Quantum You, we are confident you will see positive changes in your life. You'll notice that things that once used to bother you no longer cause any concern. You'll notice you feeling more free, and most importantly, you'll begin to see blessings pour into your life effortlessly. And that is so true, hey, Ashley?
Yeah, it really is. What I wanted to say here really quick was, as you begin to pursue your dreams and just uncover the divine nature that you are, and release negative locked energy, you see blessings pop up into your life in areas you didn't necessarily expect, right? And you didn't necessarily set out to experience them. And I equate it to the vision I have in my mind is just walking down a sidewalk and flowers are just blooming as you walk down next to you, and you're thinking, oh, that's a beautiful flower, I didn't know that was even a thing, and that's, wow, look at that new color and new shape. And so just be open to blessings in your life that maybe are in areas that you weren't necessarily thinking you needed a blessing or wanting a blessing. And so it's incredibly beautiful. So we are calling this group who have participated in our masterclass the Quantum You Founders Community. And because you've signed up for this inaugural masterclass, we're inviting you to become the founding community of Quantum You. So why did we use the word founder? We believe that by taking our foundational courses, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, you're going to be the creators of the future now. We want to teach you to live divine in every area of your life so you can then empower others to live in greater freedom. So kind of like I said, we want to empower you so that you can then go empower your community. Our goal is not that you join and be clients forever. We don't want you to come and be dependent upon us forever. We certainly would love to build a community and friendship with you that lasts a lifetime. But our heart's desire is that you're going to take the frequency of Quantum You and expand it across the world. Our goal is that we're all going to expand this together. And if you have a heart to share this Quantum You business in your area, we'll be expanding that in the future, and we'll want you to partner with us. Those who develop a heart for coaching may be invited to feature their message on Quantum You. And so again, as we go through this, you may have an approach you've done for business or health or something else that you really want to share with people. And so we'll talk later. And if you want to share that on Quantum You, we'll talk what that looks like as a contributor.
The monthly membership is $97 per month for a year-long subscriptions. Now that is just the normal once if you don't use the opportunity we are offering you today. So the founders community, we have made this available to you for only $57 per month for a year. This offer only lasts for 48 hours. So sign up now. We've changed a few things regarding the coupon. I just noticed that a few things had to shift. So what we have done is, Ashley, if you wanted to hop on just to also add, what we've done is we've created yes, thank you for the right slide. We have 3 days to take up the membership offer of only $57 per month instead of $97 for the first year. Once you have your membership, you can use a coupon code DIVINE in capitals that will give you the opportunity to get the course You as Creator course for only $97 instead of $197. And that You as Creator course is a 4-week-long course. It really dives a little bit deeper into You as Creator with 4 modules, with your downloadable options for every week for you to work on these option modules, and it's going to be great fun. So we've just put this package together for our founding community because we just felt that we wanted to give you an opportunity to dive in, become part of the Quantum You, and like I said, your life change and shifts forever. And we can just go back.
I'll kind of go through what goes in, what our membership includes. So we have the way our courses are going to be put together is we have a membership option, and that equals 2 live discussion sessions a month with Renelle and I. It'll be Q&A with the group. Again, it's very community setting, so you can connect and share your experiences. And then a private Facebook group where you're in a community of like-minded people, of divine creators. And so Renelle and I are going to be supporting you in the group on a daily basis with questions you might have regarding the courses or questions just about your daily journey. And then a really great benefit of the membership is you're going to get discounts on all month-long programs. And so beginning in August, we're going to have courses that are a month long each. And so the way our courses work is there's going to be 1 module taught per week. And it's going to be taught live again, so that we can take advantage of that community setting for questions and answers. They're going to be recorded. So once a week, we'll teach 1 piece of the course, and the months of that course will equal a completed course. We're going to have worksheets for you to put into practical application. And the topics are really going to be diverse. The first few courses we have, we're going to start with the You as Creator course. And it's just our foundational course. We want to teach some really foundational core things to the group that we plan to lead into the next courses. From there, we're going to move into You as Health, then You as Wealth, and then You in Relationships. And so that's going to take us through the month of November, because each of those are going to be a month-long course taught once a week. And then after that, we're going to be inviting guest contributors to bring their coaching to our platform, because Renelle and I have been able to do some pretty great things in our lives. But again, we know that there are so many people out there who have used this unique creative ability to design something really creative and wonderful. And we want to be able to connect you with those teachers. And so starting in December, we're going to have our first guest contributor. And so all of the month-long programs, if you're a member, you will get a discount on those month-long programs. And so our You as Creator course is our first month-long program. By using the coupon code DIVINE, which we're going to be emailing out to everybody, so don't feel like you have to memorize all of this. I know this is a lot of information. That first course is going to be available starting in August. And our courses are $297 without a membership. That's just for somebody who wants to come in and purchase a month-long course. Now, for you guys in this founding group, that price is going to be $97 once you enter that coupon code. And so Again, we really wanted to make this a special offer for you because a lot of you are our friends and our spiritual community, and we just want to partner with you, and we're so excited to be with you on this journey. So here's the details a little bit more. Again, Ronell and I will send this out to you so you have it. But let me put in the chat our web page, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. Does anybody have a question they'd like to share?